and frankly, I am astonished that the current administration isn't paying more attention to Bangladesh. One of the reasons why there's going to be a change of administrations in the United States in just a few weeks is because the foreign policy of this administration has not paid attention to a lot of issues. Donald Trump is coming to town in Washington, D.C., and he's coming to town with an incredible team. And I can assure you, 4 years of the Trump administration, the first time around, not only was great for world peace and world prosperity, no wars. There's no challenge in the world that cannot be solved. There's no opportunity which cannot be realized when the genius of Indian culture and American culture, or the United States of America and the Republic of India, come together.
Let's talk about the political leadership across the world. Let's talk about America and other leaders who are actually very silent at this situation, which is not really getting any better in Bangladesh, apart from condemning, protests or some situations. We haven't really heard anything from this administration here. What is your view on that?
I mean, the future, in many ways, of our world is in this area of the world, and I think it's very obvious to those listening to this conversation that there's a competition happening in our world between huge competing powers, and if you care about whether the ideology that powers the Communist Party of China or the ideology which powers the democratic values of countries like India prevail in the future, then you have to pay attention to every single issue happening in these important and frankly, very populated countries in that part of the globe. And frankly, I am astonished that the current administration isn't paying more attention to Bangladesh, hasn't been paying more attention to Bangladesh. But the fact of the matter is that one of the reasons why there's going to be a change of administrations in the United States in just a few weeks is because the foreign policy of this administration has not paid attention to a lot of issues. That's why there are more than 50 conflicts all around the world, more since World War II. But I can also tell you this. Donald Trump is coming to town in Washington, D.C., and he's coming to town with an incredible team of advocates for American values that aren't afraid of American power, and that view countries like India, frankly, as indispensable allies in shaping the future of the world. And these are also the decisions that other countries in Southeast Asia and in our entire world have to make. Are they going to be aligned with the century that's going to be defined by American power, American technology, American values, or are they gonna let other countries, sometimes behind the scenes, sometimes in obvious ways that everyone can see, rob and take from them their future? This isn't about America wanting to take over the world. It's about an alliance with the United States of America that ensures that all kinds of other countries are not recolonized in certain circumstances, or colonized for the first time by insidious ideologies, which wants to take from them their freedom, take from them their opportunity, take from them their technology advances, take from them and their future generations' prosperity. And so the United States government ought to be paying attention and ought to lend a helping hand. We want Bangladesh to thrive. We want there to be an incredible economic competition between that part of India and Bangladesh, between the neighboring countries, Indonesia, and this powerhouse economy that's growing. And we want to see all of these things, all these countries thrive. And the best thing the United States can do is invest more time and energy in that part of the world. And we're doing it. And I can assure you, 4 years of the Trump administration, the first time around, not only was great for world peace and world prosperity, no wars. It was a golden age for the renewed alliance between India and between the United States. And that is just beginning. It's a matter of whether everyone else wants to get on board and enjoy the party too.
Right. Now, like you said, there is a big difference between how our two political parties in the US have dealt with this issue. On Diwali, just this year, we heard just a few days just before the elections, we heard President-elect Trump condemn what's happening in Bangladesh. He talked about and he was very vocal about it. When President-elect becomes the 47th president, what do you think he would do differently as opposed to what's being done by the US, considering you work so closely with him in your previous portfolios?
I can assure you that religious freedom was the top human rights priority in the first Trump administration in the United States, and it was the driving force in many ways of our foreign policy. And you're going to see that again. You're also going to see a alliance between the United States and India, like the world has not yet comprehended. I mean, this will be the fact. And then, by the way, our second lady, it comes from a Indian American background. This is a historic moment in terms of the relationship between our two cultures. Not just our two countries. Vivek Ramaswamy, who's an indispensable advisor to former President-elect Trump when it comes to the historic re-engineering of the American government to make us far more efficient, far more effective, far more prosperous for future generations. Comes from the Indian American community, and so this isn't just going to be. It's not just going to be about Indian American constituents that have voted and have policy priorities. This is an administration that's giving the Indian American community a seat at the table. It will be at the heart of not only the way domestic priorities are viewed, but also international priorities. There's no challenge in the world that cannot be solved. There's no opportunity which cannot be realized when the genius of Indian culture and American culture, or the United States of America and the Republic of India, come together. And I think we're going to see 4 years of incredible opportunity for our relationship that's going to bless both countries, better secure the entire world, and make us all very, very proud.